Hey everybody, Cindy here. I'll just see if I can get a couple of people on before I start talking about this, because this is really, really important. And I've had a couple of people reach out to me in the last 24 hours around this, so I just wanted to be able to share it with all of you because it will help everybody. So with your relationships, okay, what I want you to think about, and please pop down in the comment for me, before you are in a relationship, what are the top three things that you love to do, right? What are three things that are most important to you? You know, was it that you would go and go to the movies once a week with friends? Is it that you would have quiet time where no one could infiltrate your space so you could hear yourself? You know, just pop down for me in the comments the three things that you feel like you were really in touch with and did a lot of before you got into a relationship. Because I want to show you that what happens is when you have one person and you have another person, and they're both individual people, right? And they have their own value system and their own belief system, and they have their own activities and hobbies, etc. What happens is they're holding those as individual spaces. When you come into a relationship, what happens is we as human beings really want to make other people happy, right? Which is great, but in the midst of making people happy, we actually forget to make ourselves happy. And so in the relationship, these two individuals come together to form a relationship. What happens is one of the people will start to give away to the things that they love, or the things that they desire, or the things that make them happy, in order to make somebody else, or order to make their partner feel better, right? Or in order to start to adopt the value system of their partner, or do the things that their partner loves, even though they hate it, right? Because that makes their partner feel happy. So all of a sudden, this one person starts to lose themselves. This one person starts to forget who they are. This one person starts to have no idea what they love anymore, or get so sad and depressed because they aren't following their own value system. Now, how does this show up in the relationship, right? So this person that we've given rise to in our relationship starts to become unattracted to the person who's lost themselves. And the first place this will show up is in the bedroom. You know, there's so many people that will have relationship breakdowns and affairs purely because this is exactly what's going on for them. And so the relationship falls apart, and then suddenly this person says, oh, I'm going to start going back and getting myself fit, or I'm going to start hanging out with my friends again. And they start to open up and bloom again, and suddenly they become attractive again, right? So it's very important that you understand that when you go into a relationship, you go into a relationship as two individual people, and you come together as two individual people to have a relationship, right? You are not the relationship. You're an individual having a relationship. And it's in that you find common things that you love. It's in that you have common beliefs and common values. And that's what makes you attractive. But at the same time, you're still your own person. So you're still holding on to the things that you desire and not giving way up to those to give rise to someone else. I was speaking with one of my dearest and closest friends last night, and also with a client this morning, and both of them came up with this same scenario, right, where they felt like they'd lost themselves when they'd stepped into their relationship, and suddenly the relationship's falling apart, and they're no longer feeling that funk, you know, that vibe. And what's happened is that person's given away to themselves. They've subordinated all their love and all their happiness and values of self to make the other first person feel good, right? Or to give rise to the other person. Now, when you see this, you can see there's an imbalance in frequency. There's an imbalance in power, and the relationship falls apart. So going forward, what I want to say to you is this: whether you're in a relationship, or whether you want to have a relationship, or whether you're even in a relationship with just a friend, it doesn't have to be an intimate one. The minute you start to give way to what you love and what you value and what you appreciate and what you believe in, to make someone else feel better or make someone else feel amazing, what happens is you're going to give way to your own love, right? Your own sense of self. And that's when you get lost. That's when you get stuck. That's when things fall apart, and that's when relationships break down. All right. So if you know that you're in this space, my advice to you is start doing and integrating back into your life things that you love, and suddenly you become more attractive again. Because think about it, when you fall in love with someone, you're falling in love with the individual. Okay, you love that person, you love everything about them, and then you get into the relationship and suddenly they give way to that to give rise to you, and there's no attractiveness anymore and the relationship falls apart. So stay with your values, know what you love, bring your individuality into the relationship, and don't become the relationship, because you're not that. You're an individual having a relationship, and this is where we co-create from a space of energetic equality, right? We co-create from a space of blissful creation and frequency, because we're not giving way to our power in order to rise somebody else up. Okay, this also will show up in your physical body as that gastrointestinal issues, fatigue, probably pain or fibromyalgia. You will also get things perhaps like joint pain. Okay, so you need to stay as the individual, not only on the energetic level, but to keep yourself vital and well on the physical level too. So I hope this has served you in some way. Good morning, everybody. Lovely to see you. And I will chat with you really soon. Much love. Bye for now.